Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 32, 2022. Oh, so, yeah, that kind of ties in. We mainly follow Valeria as shit goes completely and utterly nutty. So, yeah, this actually represents what's going on right here. And also get a nice tease for Fantastic Four issue 1 in July. So, we pretty much got up to date and speed of what was kind of going on. That Susan had tried to kind of protect the children, but it didn't kind of work out completely. Mom's final act is to put us in protective force fields to save us. We can't move, can't talk, we can just barely see each other, as we're carried inside a colossal temporal maelstrom that's rewriting history from the past through to the future. But even Mom's hardest constructs can't withstand these energies forever. Nikki's and Joe's force fields go first. They, too soon. They're lost, as we see them bubble out of existence. Franklin's goes next. And as my force field fails, I feel my body dissolve too. With so much changed, I was never born in this new universe. But some strange interaction of Mom's force field and this temporal vortex meant that while I die, I don't end. My mind survives. I wake up here in a world not my own, inside the body of a stranger. I'm alone in a world in which the Fantastic Four never existed, and with no way back to the world I once knew. Valeria Richards in the Fantastic One. Gnarly. It's like, oh shit. Alright, let's see what goes on with this. Dad used to question us on what we do in a situation like this. It was his favorite thought experiment on long spaceship rides. If you woke up somewhere with no knowledge of where you were, how would you determine where you are in the universe? Seeing her kind of go through and deal with this kind of stuff. I love that she's more narrating what's kind of going on, but we still get movement and going through like what's going on, even though it's mainly just her narrating it. Putting aside duplicates, reconstructions, and theme parks and zoos on alien worlds, this looks like New York City in the modern era, easy mode. There are libraries, there's the internet. I look everyone up. Ben and Alicia live alone upstate, married but without children. Mom and Dad are married too, with 2 kids, Franklin and Mary, each named after a grandparent. They're not us, they're different kids. This is when I recognize whose body I was in, by the way. It's like, ooh shit, as she is in the Mary body. It's like, alright, let's see how this kind of goes. I get their address. It seemed a good place to start, because even without their powers, Mom and Dad are still formidable. Hi, Mary. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? What can we do for you? Okay, this is going to sound impossible, but I need you to believe me. I'm not Mary Richards. I'm Valeria. I'm your daughter from a different timeline, one in which your space flight gave you superpowers, and I need your help right now to fix this to get back home. And they're just creepily smiling. It's like the art just sells it on this. That's nice, Valeria. Franklin will deal with it. And then she puts her foot in to kind of stop it. And it's really kind of crazy because we've got our kind of traditional panels here. Excuse me? No follow-up questions? No demands of extraordinary proof for my extraordinary claims? Just, that's nice? Franklin will deal with it. Well, Franklin's not here, is he? As they're still smiling and looking at each other, it's like, oh shit. Please don't joke about that. You should know not to joke about that. As they close it, it's like, oh shit. Outside, I do what I do best. I examine the data. And finally, I put my finger on what's been bothering me since I arrived here. And then, I love that we kind of switch it up to see what's kind of going on here. Mom, Dad, Johnny, Ben. All of them, have saved the world countless times. They were the first, and they were the best, and they did impossible things that nobody else could. The world needs the Fantastic Four. That's how we got into this mess in the first place, trying to bring them back. Which means an Earth without the Fantastic Four should not exist. So how can all this be here? How has any of it managed to survive? It doesn't make sense unless someone else did it instead. Of course, as she figures it out, it's like, what? You got here first. You won every fight, saved every day, but too young, too soon. You, my brother, Franklin Richards. Hello, Mary. Why are you upsetting our parents? As we see, like, Galactus, it's like, what the fuck? But having a Fantastic Four kind of thing, or also for Franklin, and they're just kind of waving at him. It's like, what the fuck? I don't... Something's changed in you, Mary. You're not happy. Don't worry. I'll fix it for you, sis. I'll look into your mind and... Hold up. Terrorist attack in Europe requires my attention. Annoyed. I'll be right back as he just cracks out. And she's like, what the fuck? Yeah! Smile, damn you. Look happy. Jean Grey? It takes everything I've got to hide our minds from him, which leaves nothing for everyone else. If anyone notices us, remembers us for any reason, he will too. What are we? Shh, not outside. Come. This is one of the few places where Franklin can't see us, as she pretty much goes through this kind of wall thing. It's like, okay. Let me see, back out a little bit and zoom in a little bit. I read your mind, sensed what you said to Reed and Sue. You're telling the truth, Valeria. It cost us so much to save you from him. Even as we speak, our last allies in Europe are sacrificing themselves as terrorists to lure him away. Sacrificed, past tense. Franklin's definitely wiped them by now. You'd better be worth it, child. Valeria, my husband, Namer, Prince of the former Kingdom of Atlantis. Yeah, hey, Namer. Hey, Namer. Jean, this is our best hope. She's as smart as Reed was, Namer. Smarter, probably. Sorry, wait, you're an Omega-level telepath, Jean, so I can see how you hide from Franklin with psionics. But Namer, your aqua-telepathy disguises my mind. I appear to him as an unremarkable fish. Very useful there for Namer. And still good quality. We're into the middle page with the staples and stuff. Wait, you're not. It works, Valeria. As long as he can't see us, he can't find us. It takes constant effort. And if you want us all to survive the next few minutes, you must do exactly as we say. You're not from here, so you know things we don't. You must tell us everything you know about Franklin Richards, the devourer of souls. It's like, what the fuck's going on here? And then we pretty much get the lowdown. Between the three of us, we assembled a true history of this world. When my force field dissolved, my mind moved to Mary's body. The closest genetic match, his did too, but earlier, and his closest genetic match was still an embryo inside Mom. That developing brain was insufficient to sustain my brother's memories, his consciousness, his self, but it did somehow take his powers. Powers I'd been led to believe were gone. Yep, that's popping up. And so this new Franklin, with the powers of a god, was born to parents who were loving and hopeful and powerless and fallible and human. Without the Fantastic Four here, Franklin solved all the problems of our world instead. This bad man wants to hurt us, Franklin. He's going to make us go away. All of us. You understand that, don't you? As we see him dealing with Galactus, it's like, oh shit. Mom and Dad meant well, but by using his powers so much and at such a young age, poor Franklin became disconnected from everyone else. Hee. No fucking shit. Yeah. It's like, goddamn, having the powers of a god and not understanding what that means. He always had to fix things, always had to deal with conflict. He was a child, so of course, if he has to keep dealing with conflict, he would want to make sure that no conflict ever existed. And so he soon decided to correct the personalities of anyone who he saw behaving badly. They'd be good now, happy. It was easy. He made himself into the biggest thing he'd ever seen, and he performed a lobotomy of their souls. This child never faced a problem that couldn't be solved by a mind wipe, villains, heroes, friends. It didn't matter. He never lost. He was never told no, and he never had to grow. It's like, yep, see this problem here. This is a big problem. Of course, Jean and Namer and everyone else fear him so much. He's a child commanding unlimited power. It was always going to be a disaster. Always is. How could it ever have been otherwise? And yet in our world it was. Our Franklin had parents who could help with superpowers, and ensure the weight of the world never rested on a child who, like all children, was eager for easy answers. Seeing that kind of little bit there to kind of put the point home. Mom and Dad, is there any of them left? Parts, I think. He's tweaked them over and over, every time he was angry or aggrieved or jealous. He leaves just enough for them to remember what they've lost. That's just cruel. So what do we do now? How do we defeat a god? You don't, Val. Professor Xavier tried once. He lasted less than a second before he was wiped. God damn. We can't win. All we can do is hide, and hope that someone out there in the universe would come to save us. Yes, you clearly can't, Valeria. Obviously. And before you suggest it, no, you can't go back in time to stop this. Franklin's blocked that. We've tried, of course. Of course we've tried. He destroyed everyone we've sent. And so we're back to where we started. Wait. Franklin still thinks like a kid. He's juvenile. It makes sense he'd think to stop people traveling through time, but what about information? Because if he hasn't, I could build a machine that telescopes a microscopic temporal wormhole back to my old body on the Fantasticar, and you, Jean, could use it to transport my mind here back to my mind there. Told you she was smart. It's like, yeah, that'll work, and it'd probably be easier than sending someone whole-ass time-traveling-wise. It takes days for them to gather the parts we need, quietly, discreetly. I can't leave here. It's too risky. but it gives me time to think about our plan and build my machine. I really like this because it showcases how she's similar to her dad, but yet her own, and kind of has a similarity to Doom, but not being like that interesting kind of in between them. She has more caring and understanding as Reed than Doom would have. We're ready. But the instant we turn this on, Franklin's gonna know we're here. One way or the other, this is the end. Hope you all remember the plan, right, guys? Guys, I'll take that as a yes, as they're kissing goodbye. And I love that it's a little kind of one to do it. Bearded namer. We're ready. We're going to send back your mind. We're going to send back your mind. Turn it on. I do. And a microsecond later, you're trying to cheat me. We've already lost. For Franklin Richards, the Devourer of Souls has arrived. Namer falls first, quickly, too quickly, getting purple blasted. Very effective use of purple here. Jean and I are next. Our minds are being wiped even as we speak. And that, well, Franklin, that just about brings you up to the present. And I really like seeing that and how he's got her in the palm of his hand and just the white and just seeing Galacta Franklin. Here in this mindscape, hanging on those instants between life and death, I can feel it, the way you're erasing me. I know I'm not who I was at the edges. There's not enough of your mind, of you, to be sent back anymore. I made sure of that. You're right, you have lost already. Jean's falling too, isn't she? You're killing her. I'm helping her. She's going to be nice now. Franklin, she's not. You know that. You're destroying all that makes her her. I asked her how you defeat a god, Jean. She told me that you don't. And she was right. You're power incarnate. I know I can't win, but I also know that I don't have to. All I have to do, Franklin, is make sure you lose. And I love getting into that and just zooming in as it starts going, what have you... See, I realized there was never going to be enough time to send my whole mind back. It's too much data. So we came up with something faster to send, and that hid the idea deep within our minds until we almost forgot it ourselves. And then we kept telling ourselves the old plan over and over and over again, so when you sliced into our minds, it would be the first thing you see. We'd only have time to send 4 words, Franklin, but 4 words at the right place, at the right time, in the right mind would be enough to prevent all of this. And I had days to reason them out. And I love how it's linked back up to 4, and we see this universe's Franklin kind of broken and everything. You'll die too. I know, we both will. You're making sure of that, even now. You're still doing all that you can to kill me. We'll also both live. That's the thing. Valeria can understand those kind of things. It's not your fault, Franklin. You truly deserve better, and I'm sorry you never got it. You were just a kid. You still are. But you are not my brother. You're a different person, and I've seen who you should be. And I love him, and I'm sorry you never got the chance to be him. Please, this is murder. You're killing me. Yes. But as long as I have left, Franklin, I can live with that. As he dusts, and she kind of goes, bleh. It's like, oh, shit. Earlier. I need more data, but we can gather it during our future attempts. Right, I've got a few more force fields in me, honey. Prepare for next transit. And of course she gets the data. Boop. It's like, nope. Stop, Ben. Don't press that button. Dad, I think I've figured out how to fix everything. It's crazy, and it should be impossible, but it's not, and I'm going to need all of you to hear me out. It's like, next month, 4 words. All right, we'll see how that works. Get the Fantastic Four fan page, and a look at what will be the end of this run, and then we will get to the beginning. So, I enjoyed this issue because of seeing how Valeria by herself kind of reasoned this out, even though she still did have help from Jean and Namer, and it's a crazy situation to deal with a kind of godchild Franklin, and I like how they're like dealing with that crazed ass scenario of like, holy shit, how would Valeria be able to defeat this kind of Franklin? And I like the answer. She reasons she can't be sent back in time because of what his powers have been able to do to stop that, and that she just needs to do like enough information to kind of kibosh that and get Ben stopped before he does that crazy thing that pretty much wipes them out of existence. So I'm intrigued to see where this is going to end and set up the new kind of status quo for the new one. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.